Imagine this scene. You're sitting in your car with your loved one. You two are watching the sunset. As you turn your head to the side and gaze deeply into your soulmate's eyes, she grabs you by the neck, does a jump to the back seats, and now chokes you with your seatbelt. The world of sports is very interesting. As all the main mega corporations have built their monopoly around their sport, people started searching for new ideas to find a place in the industry for themselves. This led to some great ideas and some questionable ideas. So today, we're taking a look at them.
If the intro seemed ridiculous to you, buckle up, literally, because not only did a Russian MMA fighter invent it about 3 years ago, but his YouTube channel where he posts the fights also gained around 6 million views since he started. The idea seems simple, right? You put two guys in a car, they put their seatbelts on, and on go, they start grappling until the other one taps. If you really get into this grappling bubble, it's quite interesting, because instead of a giant mat or an artificially closed environment like a cage, this is a real life place where people could get into fights at some point. It's also mentionable that it is allowed to use the seatbelt to choke or tie up someone. Since about a year ago, there's also this YouTube channel which is also holding Karjitsu competitions in the US as well now. And even if I didn't always fully get what's going on, I enjoyed watching it.
What comes out if we let a drunk German guy invent a new sport? Cycleball. Football with bicycles. Bicycles. It is one of the few sports that actually looks mad impressive and completely goofy at the same time. The sport was introduced in 1893 by a German-American Nicholas Edward Kaufmann, and the first championship was in 1929. The game is actually very simple. It is like the game football. Your goal is to set goals, although most games are played 2 versus 2. In the course of the game, if a player touches the ground, leans on, for example, the goalpost, or goes behind the opponent's goal, they are no longer eligible to play. They must first cross the extended goal line of their own goal to be able to touch the ball again. Well, if it was me, I would probably try to shoot the ball into the enemy's face so they could fall off the bikes. Game is game.
True dream sport for our parents, slap fighting. Slap fighting originated from Russia, who would have thought, and through insane clips and big guys reacting to it, it slowly moved to the Western world as well. Starting with Poland, making competitions until it eventually moved to the US of A. It has become so popular that the UFC has started their own championship, which they release in a show-like format. Now, I think this sport is hideous. Entertaining to be fair, but hideous. Because what freak thought it would be a good idea to invent a fighting sport in which you are not allowed to defend yourself? Seriously, you're not even allowed to flinch. The only real rule that makes this a bit more okay is that you're only allowed to hit the side of the cheek and not the chin or ear, and you're obligated to hit the subscribe button. As much as I hate this from a concept point, it's still super entertaining, especially the older Russian videos. I mean, look at this guy, he is huge. Getting hit by his hand probably feels like getting hit with a school bus at full speed. If this guy knocks you out and you still wake up, feel blessed.
Separ... Separ... No. Separ... Ah! Volleyball for food fetishes. It's volleyball, but instead of using your hands, you use your legs. God, I wish this would be a Wii Sports mode. But I ain't gonna lie, all of these top players could act for a new Spider-Man movie. Like, how the fuck do they move like that? The sport is mostly popular in Southeast Asia and was also introduced in the Southeast Asian Games in 1965. It is played with two teams of 2 to 4 players on a court resembling a badminton court. To give a serve, you have to stand on a circle, which is placed here, and the serve in Sepak Takraw is a lot harder than in volleyball since you can only use your feet.
Oh shit, Sherlock.
It is also considered to be the hardest sport in Asia because you have to rotate your whole body in an impossible position to shoot a strong shot over the high net to the enemy side. Although kick volleyball seems very interesting and hard, it is also very dangerous. The ball is out of rubber or plastic, and a high speed impact on the head shows that it might lead to some brain injuries. Well, this was it for the foot contact. Next we got on our list is toe wrestling? No, we're
wait,
not fucking doing this. I really don't want to see more feet. Fuck this.
This is my personal favorite on this list. Lepe Rubin, the inventor of chess boxing, came to the idea of the sport after spending a lot of time of his life playing chess, and later in his life started to train boxing. When one day in 2003 in Amsterdam, he met an old friend and they started talking about their boxing experience. Obviously, all their friends that were listening to them wanted to see them fight. Lepe used this chance to show his friends the idea that he got by reading a French comic that was essentially combining chess and boxing just in a different way. 8 months later, they were standing in the ring doing the first ever chess boxing match. Chess boxing is exactly what it sounds like. You play chess and you box. A match consists of 11 alternating rounds of chess and boxing, starting and ending with chess. You win by either checkmate or knockout, or all these other reasons. It didn't take long after that for the sport to spread. It quickly became popular in the UK, Ireland, France, and Russia. And just 1 year ago, we had an incredible event by the YouTuber named Bloodwig, who made several streamers and YouTubers go against each other in a modified chess boxing fight. And instead of bringing the chess table in like a normal person, he of course had to use a flying table.
This was it for the video. Personally, I love when people get creative to invent new sports or modified versions from the old ones. And who knows, maybe this video inspired some of you guys to start choking somebody in their car or tripping over a football on your bicycle. Anyways, stay unhinged.